Hello, my name is Nicholas Sig, and this is my bucket list digital story. Hope you enjoy. The first thing on my bucket list is to go to Germany. I've always wanted to go to Germany ever since I found out that my family is originally from there. The first place that I would visit is Neuschwanstein Castle, which was built in the year 1869. Then I would visit the country's capital, which is Berlin. Then I would also like to attend Oktoberfest, which started in the year 1810. Then I would go to the German restaurant Spindler and Klatt, which is located in Berlin. I want to go here so I can say I ate some of the traditional foods. Then I would go see a rugby game because I've never watched rugby in person before, and I think that would be cool to watch it in Europe. Then I would also go and visit Commerzbank Tower, which is the tallest building in Germany, measuring 300 meters tall. And finally, before I go, I would visit the Allied Museum just to learn about what weaponry was used in World War II. The next thing on my bucket list is to go visit New York City. When I get to New York City, I would visit the 9/11 Memorial and pay my respects. Then I would visit Times Square and be able to say I went and shopped there. Then I would like to go to Broadway because it's just a famous icon for actors. Then I would visit the Empire State Building because it's such a symbolic building that is in New York. And I also learned that New York City was settled in the year 1625. New York City's debt is over $100 billion. And then I would visit Wall Street. I would do so because I think it'd be cool to be able to say that, hey, I got to see where our country makes most of its money and people save up their money to be able to retire. The next thing on my bucket list is to go see a New York Yankees baseball game. I looked up some information about ticket pricing, and it's $101 to watch from left field. The New York Yankees first started in Baltimore in the year 1901, and then they were moved to New York. The original Yankee Stadium was built in the year 1923 and lasted to 2008, and then a new one reopened in 2009. New York Yankee players make the most in the league. A-Rod alone makes $30 million this year, and that's more than the entire Houston Astros team combined. Then I would go see batting practice, which starts about 2 hours before the game, and it's usually offered for free. And then while I'm there, I would buy a Yankees baseball hat for a total of $25.99. The next thing on my bucket list is to go see an NCAA March Madness championship game. The price for a ticket is $120, and you get to go see the Final Four games and the championship. This year, the location was in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Georgia Dome, and the food was pretty expensive. It's $9 for a sandwich, and pop was $6, but it was unlimited refills. The trip to Atlanta this year was 670 miles. It's 9 hours and 57 minutes. A parking pass cost $35. Also, when I attend the game, I would like to sit at half court so I could see the action from both halves of the court. And hopefully I'll be able to go and see University of Michigan play. Like this year, they made it all the way, but ended up losing in the final. These were just some of the facts that I found about March Madness and the tournament game and pricing, and hopefully I will be able to go there. The next thing on my bucket list is to go to the Summer Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. The flight cost is $1,537. The hotel I would be staying at is a Marriott, which is $424 a night. Ticket pricing for the Olympics has not yet been released, but when it does, I hope it's affordable. And I want to watch the Team USA play basketball and win a gold like they always do. And I also want to watch target shooting because it just seems interesting to me. And the Olympics, I learned, first started in the year 776 BC in Greece, and they were held to show honor to the Greek god Zeus. These are just some of the things that I learned about the Olympics and some cool things that I'm going to go do when I see them. And some pricing information, and yes, it does seem expensive, but I think it'd be worth it to see the world's best athletes go head-to-head to see who wins it all. The next thing on my bucket list is to go on a deep-sea fishing charter. I would go from Fort Myers, Florida, because that's where I have most of my relatives, and I would have them come with me. And I would use Captain Tony's Fishing Adventure to service it. For a full-day trip for our kids 5 through 14, it is $40 for a whole day, and adults is $70. and you would go fishing for grouper, snapper, king mackerel, Spanish mackerel, porgies, cobia, and sharks. And the cool thing about this is that I don't need to bring any supplies at all. They all give them to me to use. And you can also purchase snacks and drinks on the boat, which is also a good thing, but they also recommend that I bring lunch just in case I get hungry while I'm out there. And the charter leaves at 8 a.m. and returns at 5 o'clock in the evening. And this is just some of the information that I found out about fishing charters. If you want to learn more, just Google Captain Tony's Fishing Adventure Fort Myers. It'll take you to a website, and you can find out all the information you want. The next thing on my bucket list is to be an Apple app developer. The cost is $99 a year, and you get access to all the iOS updates early. About 30 million apps are downloaded a day. Most popular apps cost 99 cents, so like Angry Birds and stuff. Most people do not purchase apps that cost more than 99 cents, so it would be important for me to keep it at the 99 cent mark or free. About 745 apps are released a day. The one downside of the app development is that Apple takes 30% of the app profits away. So for every 99 cents, I'd be making a little bit more than 66 cents. So there's that. And app developers make less than $500 a month. I mean, I know that's not gonna be my main source of income, but I mean, $500, it's a little bit over $100 a week, so it's still pretty good. And that is why being an app developer is on my bucket list. The next thing on my bucket list is to learn how to drive. The cost for the first segment is $345, then for the second segment is $56. And in order to take segment 2, I must have 50 hours of practice and wait 6 months. And the plus side is I'll be able to drive my dad's blue Ford Focus around. I'll be able to drive myself wherever I want, as long as I don't have any technology to distract me, and make sure that I follow the speed limits, stop at stop signs, and stop at stoplights. Hopefully one day I'll be able to drive to school. The last city I want to visit on my bucket list is Moscow, Russia. The flight cost is $1,655. I would be staying at the Golden Ring Hotel, which is a 4.5-star hotel, for the price of $172 a night, and it's also located in Moscow. Then I would visit the Gumsum shopping mall, which is like an outdoor shopping mall. It's the biggest in Russia. Then I would go to the O2 Lounge, which is located on top of a skyscraper, and it's known to be a place where rich people like to stay and eat. So I would like to go there and be able to say I ate where some Russian celebrities have eaten before. And then I would go visit Red Square, which is inside the capital of Russia. It's Moscow. And I would also go to Cafe Pushkin, which is a very famous traditional Russian restaurant located in Moscow. I would go there just so I could be able to say I tried some of the traditional foods that they have available. The last thing on my bucket list is to go to a World Series baseball game. The price is $345 a ticket. The location is not yet been determined. The teams that are going to be playing have not been determined, but what I do know is that it begins on Wednesday, October 23rd. And the food's pretty pricey. Just a normal hot dog is $3.45. And obviously we all know that there's an American League that plays the National League. Although I did find out that the American League has won a total of 17 more World Series games than the National League.